Today we're back out here at the OSU Student Farm, and I wanted to take advantage of our crop of tomatoes that are growing and show you a method to help stake them and stabilize them in your garden. So this is called the stake and weave method, and it's a very popular method for trellising your tomatoes. And one of the reasons why it's so popular is because it's pretty simple and doesn't require a lot of materials that you have to keep out of tomato growing season. So a lot of times people might use cattle panels or even those metal cages, but then it's a matter of where do you put those and store those all winter long. So in this method, all we need is some stakes and also some twine. And what we're simply going to do, you can see I'm going to tie this off right here at this first stake, and I'm actually going to work my way back. So I'm doing this. We have quite a long row here, but I'm doing this in about 15 to 16 foot increments between our T-posts. And then between our T-posts, we also have some rebar stakes as well to just add a little bit of support as we go down through this row here. So what we're gonna do is simply, like I said, we've got our twine, and this is just baling twine tied off here. And we're just going to work our way back and forth between our tomatoes here. So you can see they've grown up from the last time we've done this. So we're coming up about 6 inches from the last weave. And then we're going to go back and forth between our tomato plants. And what that really does is that distributes the weight of the plant back and forth on this twine as we work our way down. Now when we get to a post, what we're going to do is circle our post a couple of times here so that it just supports that twine. The tricky thing is making sure that it stays really tight as you work your way down this length. So you can see I've worked my way down one side, and at this point I went ahead and tied it off and I've started another line. And at this point we're going to work with that second line all the way back, and we're going to weave. You can see how this tomato went over on this side, this one is on this side. So what we're now going to do is take our second line and weave on the opposite side that we did the first line. You can see it's tied at the same height, so these lines are going to be crisscrossing right at about the same place on that tomato, kind of holding it, pinching it in between there. But this is not pinching it, it's not going to damage it or anything. I will say the bigger and kind of overgrown your tomatoes get, you might lose a few branches as you're doing this, but it's okay, it's just a little pruning on the plant. So we're going to work our way back, again keeping this tight. Now you could have done one string all the way down and just looped around your stake here and worked your way back. But a lot of times you'll lose that tension as you work bigger, longer distances with your string. And so this is one method that we've just found that works really well here, to go kind of about 15, 16 feet, tie it off, and then start another line to go the other side. Again, you're gonna do this, you can see we've done it about 6 to 8 inches every so often, and as the plant grows we'll continue to do that, and that's when you hope you have long T-posts, so that depending on how big your tomato plant is, that you can continue to stake and weave it as it grows. So we're using traditional T-posts here, so we're not going to be able to do too much longer, but these are indeterminate tomatoes, meaning that they will continue to grow. So we've got this row of tomato plants all nice and trellised now using this stake and weave method, and it's just going to be a matter of time as they continue to grow that we have to come back through and do another row. So it can be a little bit labor intensive, having to constantly come back and check versus having a cage that you can weave your tomato plant or something. But again, the nice thing about this is when you're done is a matter of just staking or cutting this baling twine off and then removing the T-post. So if you have a tractor or something like that, you can easily get rid of this material and clean your bed, and then you don't have a lot of materials to have to store during those winter months. It definitely is probably easier with 2 people doing this, somebody to kind of manage and keep that string tight, while somebody else is sort of finding the next tomato plant to divide them and weave between there. So you can see it's a little bit messy. You'll get some of that tomato oils on you and stuff like that, but a great method in order to keep the plant sort of sandwiched and up off of the ground, and that helps increase air circulation and reduce any fungus and disease problems on your tomato plants. We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.